Alright, what's up, everybody? I'm here with my second ever story time. I thought I'd give y'all a little, something to entertain y'all a little bit with the whole COVID thing going on. I've been doing a lot of how-to videos lately. Been getting quite a bit of views on some of those, so I can't complain. So basically, we're going to be talking about one of the worst experiences of my life. Physically, possibly the worst experience of my life. We're talking about when I got H1N1, the swine flu. It was in 2009, I believe in December. I got it right in the midst of it when all the stuff was going on, when it was like going crazy, when it was like the big thing going around. Now, we'll start off the story the day before, okay? Because right up until when I had it, I had felt fine. I didn't feel no symptoms, no nothing. I knew it was going around. People were dying. People were in the hospital because of it. And all that. And it was all over the news. But I felt fine. Everything was going on. We had been doing our school, all that. I remember I'm walking down my stairs one day, and my mom's like walking up the stairs. She stops and looks at me. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, do you feel okay? And I'm like, yeah, I feel fine. Like, are you okay? She's like, I don't know, you just look really pale. She's like, you don't feel like you're getting sick? And I'm like, no, I feel great. Anyways, so that happened. And, my mom's not the type to, like, notice things like that and, like, actually say something. She's more the type to, like, be, like, push through it, all that, whatever. But it really struck me that she had said that. So I had gone thinking, for the next hour or so, I'm like, am I sick? Have I felt sick? And I really thought about it. Nah, I had no symptoms whatsoever. I felt fine. I felt great. I went and played Halo that night for a few hours, just chilled. I was like, I must have been 2009. So, 11 years ago. Yeah, so I'd have been like 15, 16 at the time. But then the next day, so I went to bed. I woke up in the morning. And, like, I can't describe to you how bad I felt. I could not move. Like, and when people get hurt and say, oh, I couldn't move. Like, I could not move. I could not take the blanket that was on me off of me. And I remember I had to be like, Ma. Like, I couldn't talk any louder than that. Until she finally heard me and came down and saw me, and she was like, instantly I could see she knew that I was like not okay. Because like my mom is usually like, get the fuck out of bed, stop faking it, Alex, you're going to school. No. Like, I used to fool around a lot with that shit. But instantly I could see that she could see like, you're not okay. So basically, like, I could not get out of bed. I remember at some point that day, I had to go pee. And we're talking from my room to my bathroom, we're talking about maybe 20 feet. Maybe less, maybe like 18 or 15. It took me over 2 hours to get there. Because I would move a little bit, and then I would just, like, I was dying. I was in so much excruciating pain. Everything was sore. It was like having every sickness I've ever had times 10 all at once. It felt like having the flu, having diarrhea, not being able to move, having the worst cold of your life, having strep throat, having pink eye, having like a broken leg. Like, it felt like all these things mixed at once. Like, I felt like I was gonna die. Like, it was really, really, really bad. I've never experienced anything else like that in my life. And that's why, like, I feel for people who get sick, especially with the coronavirus going around, because, like, listen, like, when it happened, I didn't go to the hospital because I knew what was happening. I didn't want to take up an extra bed. I knew I was healthy and that I was probably going to get through it as long as I toughed it out. My mom had a little bit of medical experience and I had like my family to take care of me. Because for 2 weeks, like, I couldn't do nothing. They brought me my food when I could eat, they brought me my water. For a whole 2 weeks, I didn't go upstairs. When I used to have to go to the bathroom, it would take hours to go 30 feet. Like, it was really bad. Like, I could have fully understand if you were old, your immune system wasn't good, or like, you didn't have people to look after you and you didn't get help in time. That was a deadly thing. We're just lucky that it wasn't very contagious. It was way less contagious than corona, and I know that for a fact because I was in a household with four of us and I was the only one who got it, and all three of them were in close proximity to me, in my room, picking up my tissues, helping me with all that stuff. And yeah, they washed their hands, but at least with that, it wasn't super contagious. So that's one of the things we got to watch out with corona, because yeah, most of the time you'll be fine, but if you've ever been sick like that, you don't want to be sick like that. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard having coronavirus is a lot like that in terms of how you're gonna feel. Like, in terms of, it's just like everything at once. And like it's like I was sick for 2 weeks where I couldn't move, I couldn't do nothing, I was bedridden. And that was it. Like, my family had to bring me food. I couldn't do nothing. And even after that, like, it took 6 months, 7 months, a year before I felt 100%. Like, the months after that in school, my teachers were just like letting me take everything easy. Like, I was moving slow. Like, I remember, like, I lost so much weight. Like, I lost like 35 pounds in 2 weeks or something. Like, it was crazy. And like, my skin had gotten super pale. And like, I lost almost all my muscle mass just, from not being able to do anything. And it's like, it sucked. And like, like, mentally, like, you just weren't there. Like, the whole 2 weeks, most of it was just a blur. All I remember is just vomiting a ton, having a ton of diarrhea when I could get food in. My throat hurting, like I had strep throat. The amount of mucus coming out my nose, and just like feeling like I hadn't slept in 3 weeks and all I've been doing is sleeping. That's how exhausting it was. So like, luckily for me, when I had H1N1, I had family to take care of me. I'm a G. I took that shit like a G. I didn't have to go to the hospital. But like, stuff like that's dangerous. And if that was more contagious, it could have been more dangerous, because if you're not in perfect health, that shit could get you. And like, I remember like playing sports. Like, I was a star football player growing up. Like, you could ask any of my friends, I have the trophies to prove it. I was recruited to colleges and stuff before I hurt myself. Like, I would play with them and like, I would get run over, and like, mentally, like, there's a lot of fatigue on it, So like, that's basically what happened to me with H1N1. It was just basically like having every sickness I've ever had all at once, times 10. I had no symptoms up until I had all the symptoms. Apparently I looked a little pale, but I didn't feel nothing until that day. And like, like, I had to be bedridden. I did not get out of my bed unless it was to go to the bathroom for 2 weeks. And even for a few weeks after that, like, I wasn't bedridden, but like, if I was moving somewhere, it would be like, I would be getting up like that, shaking, and, moving all slow, and just like, like, it was messed up. Like, it had serious health effects, and I've even read in certain places like you can have lasting lifetime health effects from that. Personally, I didn't have any, but you know, this is a disease that killed 250,000 people, you know, and it had a pretty high death rate, you know. So I can fully understand why based on how it was. So yeah, basically I hope you know that was a good story. I mean, there's not much else to talk about. It was fucked up. It sucked. You don't want to get sick like that. You want to stay safe. During this whole corona pandemic, you want to wash your hands, stay cleanly, stay all that, because that is a lot like this, except it's a lot more contagious. A lot more contagious. And take it from me, I've never felt so bad in my entire life crawling to a toilet to go pee and having it take 2 hours, no joke. You know, literally being in a bed, unable to pull a sheet off of you. It's not fun. It was crazy. So anyways, I hope y'all like this. I hope everybody stays safe. Like, comment, subscribe. My channel's been blowing up a little bit, slowly but surely. You know, we're gonna have more videos coming, more good content coming. I passed 100 subscribers, so mad respect for that. Shout out to the dude who won I forget what it was, whatever prize I had. It was that Frozen bundle or whatever. Yeah, shout out to him. He was happy as hell. I'm probably gonna do some more giveaways, and like I don't just put in every video like, oh, giveaway, and it's some bullshit. Like I legit just buy something and like give that away, and I'll mail it to you. Like, you know, it's not a big deal. There's always fake V-Buck giveaways and stuff. They don't ever give V-Bucks away. And then whatever. Anyway, we're gonna talk on that. Have a blessed day. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay safe.